Here's Charlie. Hey, buddy. Hey, little guitar man, are you ready to eat? Do you want a little bite? And there he goes, little snack. Good boy. He says my eyes are a little cloudy and all puffy. Yes, they are. You want some more? How about some water? You ready for water? Here you go. Want some water? His little collar is keeping him from licking his wounds. So I wanted to kind of survey for you today. This is the road rash. You may not have seen it before because until 2 days ago, it didn't show up on his skin. He had hair over it. But what happens is all that damage that occurs in that car crash doesn't necessarily show up the first day. The skin hides it, the hair hides it, and then after a little bit of time, it all kind of comes out and shows up on its own. So he's pretty happy. He's pretty active right. I wouldn't say he's happy. He's active right now, kind of. He's hanging out in his kennel. He's been doing some good things for us. So he's had some movement in his back legs, more so than we had before. Even though he's losing some muscle back there, he's actually able to withdraw his legs now where before he wasn't. So when I pinch his toe, see the flinch in his leg? That's good stuff. So he's doing better. He's lost a lot of weight because he's having trouble keeping up with his eating. So we're now feeding him around the clock. He was at first eating a meal at a time, which was pretty good. But since then, he's slowed down and he's eating about a quarter of what he'd been eating at each meal. But we're feeding it to him more often, and that helps with as he detoxes, because as his system is healing, it's having to get rid of a lot of waste products from the damaged tissue, and so he is using all that food up. He's doing everything else pretty well. He can see a little bit, but those eyes are pretty swollen and still have a lot of damage to them as a result of that head trauma. So we're treating him like he has a traumatic brain injury as well, even though he behaves like a dog for the most part. He's been hit by a car. He hit the pavement pretty hard. So this is essentially traumatic brain injury treatment. We let him sleep a lot. We let him eat when he wants to. We let him drink water when he wants to, and we do take him outside a little bit, and you've probably seen some video of him doing that. But this is what Charlie's been up to heal. So he's taken his time. He's doing great. His color looks good. All of his internal organs are working great. So we're mostly focused right now on the wounds and his eyes. He's probably going to lose some vision in at least one eye. The other one seems to be holding vision, but it has a lot of damage to it, so he may have a lot of limited vision when he gets done. But other than that, he's doing great, and he is a really good-natured dog, especially considering how painful he is. And if you notice his ear, as I'm videotaping and speaking, when I say his name, hey Charlie, guitar man, what's up, buddy? He'll flicker his ears a little bit, and he'll usually look up at us. So he's responding to things in his environment. There he goes. He's responding to those things pretty well. So we're expecting some pretty good recovery eventually. The next step for him is probably to get him a cart. So for those of you who want to make donations, you can specify that you want to donate toward his cart. We'll be looking to size him for one from Walking Wheels. They are the cart company that we prefer because the carts are the most flexible for size and adjustment, but they're also the best for getting these dogs walking again. And we'll probably be headed that way sometime next week. He's, got a lot of scar tissue and wound healing to do before we stick him in a cart. But he is just about ready. We've had him up, and he's done a little bit of walking. So he'll be ready for that later. Too much walking right now tires him out a lot. And that is also the signal that there's a pretty good brain injury going on that he's trying to heal. So we're taking our time with that. Thanks for taking care of Charlie and giving him all the good thoughts that you're sending. And make sure you contact American Boston Terrier Rescue on his behalf so that we can continue toward healing.